The millionaire U.S. reward for the capture of Nicolás Maduro is a farce, says Luis Gonzales Posada. For her part, political scientist and geopolitics expert Berit Knudsen specified that Nicolás Maduro's takeover, when it has already been proven from all angles that it has been a fraud, implies going beyond a dictatorship. Former Foreign Minister Luis Gonzales Posada pointed out that the million-dollar reward offered by the United States for the capture of Nicolás Maduro is a farce, since to do so, he would have to leave his country and go to another nation that is outside the group of his allies, a situation that, in his opinion, is not going to happen. The United States, as a big deal, announces that it has increased the reward for Maduro's capture to $50 million. That is a farce because the only way to capture Maduro is for him to leave Venezuela to countries where he is not going to leave, he said on RPP's Agencia de Noticias. It should be noted that on January 10, the United States government increased the amount of the reward for the capture of Maduro and his current Minister of the Interior, Diosdado Cabello, also considered Chavismo's number 2. In both cases, Washington increased the reward from $15 to $25 million. In addition, they offered $15 million for the arrest of Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino. Gonzales Posada also criticized the double standards of the United States that, on the one hand, increases the amount for the capture of Maduro, and on the other, triples the purchase of oil from Venezuela. But I'm also surprised that the United States is weak with Venezuela. In 2023, in the first quarters, it bought 14,600,000 barrels. That is, they tripled the purchase of Venezuelan oil from the United States. Are those called sanctions? He stated. Later, he recognized as excellent the position of the Peruvian state of not recognizing Maduro as president, and disqualified the position of those who did recognize him, such as Colombia, Mexico, and Brazil. The position of the government and the Foreign Ministry of Peru seems excellent to me, because not only have they recognized González Urrutia as president-elect, but they have described what happened in Venezuela as a farce, and have demanded, in parallel, the release of 4 Peruvian citizens who are kidnapped in that country, he asserted. I am surprised by the crime of some rulers who, although they have not gone, have sent their delegations to the Miraflores Palace, which is the seat of government, to the ceremony of transmission of command from Maduro to the governments of Colombia, Mexico, and Brazil, with which they become accomplices of this electoral fraud, he added. Maria Corina Machado's group surprised us because they waited for him to declare himself, without minutes, the winner of the elections, and then, these minutes are published virtually, demonstrating the fraud. The interesting thing here is that Maduro had to proclaim himself and then demonstrate that what he said was a lie, and it was the best way to prove the fraud, he said. Having the inauguration of president again today, when it has already been demonstrated from all angles that this has been a fraud, implies going beyond a dictatorship. It seems to me that it is like delegitimizing oneself more than it was, he added. Finally, he indicated that Venezuelan migrants can generate animosity in some people. However, by assimilating into the workforce, they could contribute taxes to the country of residence. These more than 7 million people who are leaving Venezuela because of criminals create animosity, and people believe that they come to compete. But when these people work, they also produce, generate taxes, and can be positive for our country, he concluded.